This is how America was stolen, episode 13. The settlers had numbers, weapons, and the backing of an empire. But the native nations had something far more powerful emerging among them. A leader who understood the moment, the danger, and the destiny. This episode marks the rise of the first great unifier in the long struggle against colonization, a figure whose voice reached beyond his tribe, beyond his region, beyond the horizon of the time he lived in. The story of America's resistance cannot be told without telling his story. The story of Opechancanough of the Powhatan Confederacy. A man who refused to bow. A man who saw the threat long before others believed it. A man who knew the settlers weren't here to visit, but to replace. Before the settlers arrived, Opechancanough was already known as a strong and strategic leader. He understood diplomacy, but he also understood danger. He watched the newcomers closely from the very beginning. Where others saw opportunity, he saw greed. Where others saw trade, he saw deception. Where others welcomed strangers, he saw an invasion forming. And he was right. By the time settlers began pushing inland, ignoring treaties, breaking promises, burning villages, Opechancanough knew that survival required unity. So he began traveling, village to village, tribe to tribe, council to council, carrying a message that many were afraid to speak out loud. If we do not stand together, we will not stand at all. The Powhatan Confederacy, already a powerful alliance of tribes, began to strengthen under his influence. But Opechancanough reached further, urging surrounding nations to recognize the threat growing like a shadow across their lands. This was not just leadership, this was vision. He understood something the Europeans themselves bragged about. Settlers would never stop expanding. Every treaty broken confirmed it. Every new ship proved it. Every forest cut down made it undeniable. He spoke with the urgency of someone watching a fire spread toward his home. And slowly, his message began to take root. The turning point came during a large council gathering where elders, warriors, and leaders of multiple tribes met to discuss the settlers' growing aggression. Many feared open conflict. The settlers had guns, armor, military training. But Opechancanough reminded them of the truth. The natives knew the land better. They moved faster. They had more warriors. They were fighting for their survival. Settlers were fighting for land. He told them, "We do not choose this war. It has already been chosen for us." The council fell silent, because they all knew he was right, and in that silence unity was born. For the first time, the settlers were not facing scattered resistance or isolated battles. They were facing a leader who could bring nations together with purpose. Opechancanoug's strength wasn't just in strategy, though he was brilliant. It was in conviction. He understood the settlers' long game. Take land slowly, piece by piece, until native nations had nowhere left to stand. So he believed in hitting hard, hitting first, and hitting with unity. His message spread like a drumbeat through the forests. Protect the rivers. Guard the hunting paths. Watch the settlements. Be ready. For the first time, the colonists felt the shift, the fear, the uncertainty. Reports began reaching colonial governors. The tribes are preparing. They are uniting. They are organizing under one leader. And the colonists panicked, because a united native front threatened their entire project. Opechancanough became the symbol of something the settlers hoped would never happen. Native nations seeing the truth and standing together. His rise marked a new chapter. No longer reaction, but preparation. No longer scattered defense, but coordinated strategy. No longer isolated tribes, but a united force ready to protect their homeland. Episode 14 will show what happens next, when Opechancanough launches one of the most powerful coordinated attacks in early American history.